If you lived through the 80s or the early 90s, buckle up because today I'm going to reveal a bunch of crazy things to you. These are a lot of the things we believed as kids that turned out not to be true. Some of them I believed until earlier today. Myth number one, it's illegal to kill a praying mantis. When I was a kid, I remember one of my brothers killing one by accident. And we were all scared to death that suddenly the cops were going to break into our backyard. But this wasn't just a playground rumor. I remember adults telling us the praying mantis is an endangered species, and if you disturb one, that's illegal.
Surprises the male and bites his head off. Unless, of course, he's quick enough to get away. The mantis.
Here's a video from a pest expert, and he talks about it as if he thinks it's illegal.
Is it illegal to disturb a praying mantis?
That really depends on where the praying mantis is. You could move a praying mantis to save its life.
The thing is, they are not now, nor have ever been endangered in the United States. You can kill them if you want, just the same as you could any other insect. They are good to have in your garden, so if you see one, maybe you don't want to, but no, totally not illegal. I searched Google to try to find the origin of the rumor that praying mantises were illegal to kill, and then AI just made up an entirely different rumor. The praying mantis rumor, often associating them with eerie or even sinister meanings. In essence, the rumor surrounding praying mantises is a complex mix of cultural beliefs, scientific observances like their cannibalistic mating behavior and their physical appearance, all of which contribute to the perception of them as eerie or even sinister. Here's a fun fact about the praying mantis. They can turn their head around 180 degrees. Myth number two, swallowed gum stays in your stomach for 7 years. This isn't true, but it's also disgusting to explain. So I don't want to do that, but here is a YouTube short with an AI voice.
Your body can't digest gum, but it can move it along, just like corn or seeds. Within a few days, it exits out the usual way. So no, your stomach isn't secretly hoarding a sticky time capsule.
Yes, but I swallowed my gum. How very dumb to swallow your gum.
Myth number three, quicksand will swallow you whole. I remember being worried about quicksand. I remember paying attention to the TV episodes of Gilligan's Island where they would get out of the quicksand because I thought this is a skill I will need as an adult. Well, as a matter of fact, anytime I saw sand, I'd be like, I wonder if this is the quicksand.
Help me, I'm sinking! Help!
Hey, what's the matter?
Just stay back, there's all quicksand in here. Here, take this, pull me out.
Help me, Vicky. Oh! At your current rate of descent, you have only 3 minutes.
I've read that it's very rare that you would come across it. You can find it in areas near the edge of water in some places, but odds are you're never going to come across it. And if you do, you're probably going to be fine. You will not be like the guy in the Haunted Mansion. Quicksand is just sand mixed with water and air. That's it. Myth number four, ninjas could randomly attack you anywhere. Another thing I thought I needed to be prepared for. Every movie showed ninjas just wandering in and out of your regular city streets. There were a lot of great ninja movies in the 1980s, but there also were a lot of just weird ninjas showing up in everything. If you're doubting how pervasive ninjas were in 1980s culture, I give you the Atari 7800 game Ninja Golf. Myth number five, you only use 10% of your brain. But we don't use 10% of our brain. We use 100% of it. And you're constantly using it. Even as you sleep, you're using over 20% of your brain.
As Papa Smurf always says, work is the key to happiness and the highest aspiration any Smurf can.
Myth number six, cracking your knuckles causes arthritis.
Just when I was getting over my Chester A arthritis.
But really, the popping sound is just air bubbles in your joints popping. The world record for knuckle cracking is over 4 hours. 4 hours. Myth number seven, shaving makes your hair grow back thicker and fuller. If this was true, every bald man would be shaving his head.
Hair.
just like everybody else.
The reason that we believe this is when you cut the hair off, it grows back up and you're seeing the blunt edge, not the fine point from it growing. And so because of that, it looks thicker and fuller at first, but once it comes up, it's no thicker, no fuller. Myth number 8, and I remember when I saw this busted on Mythbusters, dropping a penny from the top of the Empire State Building will slice right through a person.
64 miles an hour just wasn't enough to cause any kind of damage to a person.
The worst thing I can come up with is if you were looking straight up in the sky and you got hit in the eye, it probably wouldn't be very good for
I think we busted the heck out of this one.
Myth busted?
Yeah.
This is even a fear I had. Whenever we were in New York and walking down the street, I just pictured the penny coming right through and just all the way through your body, coming out the bottom, and you hear go ting, and then you fall over dead. And then a ninja comes by. And then the rest of your family falls into quicksand.
Hey, Lois, give me a penny.
You're not going to throw it over the edge, are you?
No. Yes.
I remember so many of these. They call them old wives' tales, but now they're like old kids' tales. You couldn't go in the pool after eating or you'd cramp up and fall to the bottom or something. They also told us that if we crossed our eyes, they'd get stuck that way. And occasionally you'd see somebody with crossed eyes and you'd figure that's it. That's what happened.
Timmy, don't sit so close to the TV. It's not good for you.
How about Mikey from Life Cereal? I believe that kid had exploded.
He likes it. Hey, Mikey!
I remember being told that we couldn't pause our Nintendo game overnight or it would break the TV. Which wasn't true. I do that now. I got a game paused in there since March. I believed that wrestling was real and there were alligators in the sewer and they might come up through your toilet. Well, there you have it. A bunch of myths busted. Which ones did you believe in? We give a shout out to everybody on Patreon. I hope you guys go over there. You can join for free. I post some behind the scenes stuff, have a nice chat going with everybody. And then if you want to upgrade for just $3 a month, I send postcards to you every single month. And if you go all the way up to $9, you'll get an awesome envelope of retro goodness. Every single month comes with a newsletter. You'll love reading it. Huge shout out to Aaron Wester, Al Archer, Awkward But Awesome, Bucky and Oliver, Carson Loveridge, Dana Snyder, Jason Evans, Jason Yealy, Jarrett Rusky, Jamie and Tom, Jen, Matthew Chapin, Mike and Jess, my big brother Rob, and Nick Roche. Well, if you like this trip down memory lane, please go ahead and subscribe because I do a lot of this nostalgia stuff all the time. I'll see you next time.